But like I said in the other video, I finally saw Brokeback Mountain. It's an old movie. I think it's over 10 years old. Why did I never see it before? Well, truthfully, probably it was the same reason a lot of people who didn't see it. The same reason my mom didn't want to see it. You know, I didn't think I would enjoy watching two men depicted, romantically. And it took getting used to, because I've seen it with women, and not just in adult movies. I've seen it in regular movies, because Joe liked that. He liked that. We rented. Might have been the first one like that I ever rented, or that I ever saw. It was Claire de Lune, Claire of the Moon. And I remember that was when Joe and I had first got our apartment together, back when I was, here in Massachusetts, not long after I'd met him back when I was 27, something like that. But two men knew. Had I ever seen two men in an adult movie? Maybe, but not the way, No, Brokeback Mountain, and it was very, very beautiful done. I even told my mom, she's like, "What was that movie you watched with the two men?" And I go, it was good. Do you want to watch it? No, I don't want to watch it. That's okay. I would never try to force you or convince you to watch this movie, Mom. It's a beautiful movie, and we'll leave it at that. But, juxtapose that with, I finally watched Brokeback Mountain, okay? And admittedly, it took some getting used to, because I'm not used to that. And again, no, it's not explicit, but it does show them passionately kissing, and earlier it doesn't show it, but it shows, the Jake's Gyllenhaal's character being, by the Heath Ledger character being mounted, okay, so, I mean, it's very clear on that. It's not just it has sex in it, it's just not, doesn't show it, okay, not at all, except it does show them passionately kissing. Anyway, and the reason I'm bringing this up again is because I believe just yesterday, I found out about that. I don't know, it's not all of it's Indianapolis, just one city in Indiana or something, or is it, I'm not sure what's going on with that, but in any case, what possible reason, I see where people are coming from, what possible reason could any business owner have to reject a person, to not want that person's business, to not want that person's money on religious reasons? You know what I mean? How do you know? You get it, and for the governor to play dumb and to say, well, if I never thought this would be deemed something that could be used to discriminate. If I saw that, I would have never put it past it. Would have vetoed it. What the hell do you think it's going to be used for? On what grounds would anybody reject somebody's business? You can't, I'm not serving you in a restaurant, or I'm not going to wait on you in a store, or you can't come in my store, you need to leave right now. Why would any governor pass that into law? Why would anyone pass something like that into law? And that's what people are asking. And I'm asking the same damn thing. But I would like to know, what were the presented reasons, okay? I already know because I'm smart, and I can see where people are coming from, you know. These religious people are going to use it to reject, you know, same-sex couples who come into their store or their restaurant or whatnot, based on, you know, it's against my religion and I don't want you in here. But I'm interested in what the presented reasons were. Like, you know what I mean? Because no one's going to outright say it's so I can prevent same-sex couples, so I don't have to give business to same-sex couples that you know, whose lifestyle I find abhorrent. What were the presented reasons? Remember, in this reality we live in, this matrix, there's always presented reasons versus real reasons, okay? Just like all the fucking bullshit that goes on with the vaccines and Monsanto and the GMOs and whatnot, you know. There's always presented valid reasons, but the real reason is the fucking billions upon billions of dollars these companies are making, okay? Let's not sugarcoat anything. It's all about money, you know. I can't even believe something like that was passed. I'm glad businesses are backlashing. Apparently Angela List was supposed to open up of something there, a whole actual physical, and she's not going to do it now because of this new law. I mean, they were talking something wasn't going to be opened up now for $50 million, you know. They're going to, you don't do that. Why pass a law saying that people, these are businesses. Businesses like restaurants, any kind of business, be it a little shop or a restaurant or a little store, any business is required, should be required to deal with a melting pot of people. It should never be able to reject anybody, you know, for religious reasons. But then again, I know they do allow businesses. They say we reserve the right to not serve anybody. Certain, you know, that's meant because if that's meant because, like I said, I experienced that when I was living on the street side. It's meant to not have homeless people come into restaurants and be upsetting all the other patrons, because homeless people can often, they might smell or they might, you know. So, you know, secretly, I mean, businesses can take it one step further, I'm sure, and say, you know, they reserve the right. They don't want, you know, like same-sex couples going into their restaurant or whatever, because it upsets the other patrons, and I don't know, it's very fucked. It's fucked, and I saw it, and people are really protesting and really upset, you know. It's just fucked. Well, apparently cotton balls in my ears might not be the same as earplugs, but it works a little bit, because I did not hear my mom come home. She said she came home at 12:30. I just woke up now. It's 3:30 in the afternoon. I just woke up now, but she went back to bed. So she didn't make any noise, didn't make any phone calls, nothing, and now I slept. Obviously, I needed it. I mean, that's the bottom line, right? I slept. I needed it. I went to bed at 5, and I created an hour-long video at like 9:30, and I fell back to sleep from like 10:30 till now, 8:30. I need to give him more baths. He has to have his fucking front line, you know. I looked at the clock. I just woke up. I figured out my mom came home, it was like 12:30 or something, or 1. And I'm like, is it really 3:30? She's like, yeah. I'm like, oh my god. Obviously I needed it. hasn't had a bath in a long time. I heard before if dogs don't get really dirty, they don't need baths, but you know what? I'm gonna give, he hasn't had a bath in a long time, I'm gonna give him a bath. Deeply. So let me reiterate again, I am not reading my comments and responding to my emails at this time. I'm just taking a break. For personal reasons, I'm taking a little break. Just a mini break, but I am taking a break. As you've seen, I have still created some videos, And it's not like I'm never going to read your comments or approve them or write back to you or read your emails if you happen to be my email friends. I'm just taking a little bit of a break. Today I'm going to watch my videos and search for that paperwork that I need. And I did create some videos directed at my friend. The videos are private. It's me, trying to get people to understand or defend my stance that, that I shouldn't be made to feel guilty, and I have a right to be here and not pay rent to my mother who neither needs nor wants the money. Again, I'm not living here for free. For free is if you're living somewhere and not, someone else is making all your meals and you know what I mean? I'm not living here for free. I'm living here and just the person I'm living with is not making money off of me. Okay? The person with whom I'm living, that person happens to be my mother, and I'm her disabled daughter, and she doesn't want to make money off of me. She doesn't need to make money off of me. Hence the reason she even was trying to get around it. She's like, well, you do a lot to help me. Why couldn't, she knows about people that get paid to help people. She's like, why couldn't I pay you? I outright said to her, Mom, I don't do enough to get paid for you to pay me, But I make her life easier, and I do enough, and enough for her to, to not make money off of me. That's it. And her not making money off of me means she pays exactly what she would pay if I was not here. So I would pay my internet, and I would pay, my share of the electricity. But that's it. And I do also help her save money because, like I said, in the wintertime I lower the heat. In the summer I try to get her to not put the air conditioner on unless she really, really needs it, because probably a lot of older people do this, but they think they just want it to be so hot or so cold, whatever. I mean, I don't force her, I just, she might do it less, but the heat definitely, you shouldn't have the heat on high at night. You shouldn't. shouldn't. You should lower it, and I did that from day one. And like I said, I also save her money in cooking the healthy meals I cook, because I cook them in bulk, and we eat them for a long time, and that saves her money. And it helps her health-wise, gives her more variety. And I help in a lot of different ways, but the number one is just I provide companionship. But let me reiterate it, chances are it won't be up to her. And even if it's technically up to her, if my family gives me a hard time, and their little warped pea-brain thinking that just, I should be paying rent just because I should. Because for some reason, my nearly 70-year-old mother has plenty of money in the bank and has plenty of money to live off of, needs to get rent from her disabled daughter, right? Why? You tell me. I don't know. In their minds, but you know what I mean? Whatever. But this is a sore subject with me, and my friend knows that. And on her comments, I didn't like some of the comments. I didn't like what she said. So I lashed out a little bit. And I'm sorry for that, but then again, we have to remember that this is, like, these are my videos, and if you trigger me, even if I'm not sure of your stance, if I, you know what I mean, you trigger me, and I'm not really, it's not like I'm like furious with you or something. It's just, it's reminding me of, if you know who, of her attitude, and it just upsets me. So before I actually take those videos off private, I just want to explain that at times I do get a little extremely emotional. Because I really don't think it's fair under the circumstances for anyone to have that attitude towards me. Circumstances being, I'm not a burden on my mother. Circumstances being, it's not like I'm working at some cushy job. Circumstances being, she doesn't need the money. And circumstances being, it's not like with Donald and his mom where she was waiting on him like hand and foot and cooking and cleaning, you know what I mean? I feel that I do enough for my mother. Even though I do it out of love and would do it regardless, but I do enough for her to warrant simply her not making money off of me. Okay? Now this I'm saying calmly. In my other videos that are in private, I didn't say it so calmly. But again, I don't delete my videos, so, my friend's just gonna have to deal with it. Because while it was directed at her, it was really directed at anybody with that attitude, you know what I mean? And really it's because she knows how Auntie has made me feel, and, just repeatedly, and My anxiety is really, truly not over the possibility of me losing my benefits. If I lose my benefits, I'll deal with it. I'll deal with it. There's always some way to make money, you know, legally. A long time ago, I made a decent living, you know. If we want to be blunt here, I made a decent living doing phone sex from home, so, you know. There's always some way. No, my anxiety is over this thing with the looming on the horizon court date, and not knowing what's going to happen with that, and it's highly likely that it's going to be a stranger, and then I'm going to be blamed for this in the first place, and, you know, that's where the real anxiety is coming from. And then it's compounded, my own personal distress and dread and whatnot is compounded by all this shit that's happening in the world. If we want to be blunt, there's your bluntness. And I had a dream about cousin.